Hi, in this video, we are going to see how we can do a continuous integration and deployment from our GitHub source code into Google Cloud Platform Kubernetes engine. Again, if you've not seen my previous video, I have covered each and every part in detail. I'm not going to go into too much detail in this, but you can watch this video by itself just to understand the concept on how continuous deployment and continuous integration works with GitHub, right? But if you want to go to the details of what is the cloud build file, what was the ML model about, you can check my previous video. You can click the link on the top and watch it, right? But as such, let's get started with this video. So what I'm going to do in this video is my source code is in the GitHub. For any commit that I make into GitHub, I want to trigger a cloud build. The cloud build is nothing but a series of steps that we perform where I tell to create a container image, push the image into a container registry, and finally deploy it into a Kubernetes engine. And that's what it's going to do. The cloud build is going to create an image and push it to container registry, and then it's going to read the Kubernetes manifest file, and then again a cloud build will apply that Kubernetes managed file, the deployment.yaml and service.yaml file into the Kubernetes engine. In the process, it will pull the image. And for this purpose, I have my code in my GitHub repository. So what you can do is you can go to github/reverson88. That's where my all the GitHub code is. Meanwhile, if you are interested in any of my courses, you can just check in the home page. When you go, you'll find all the courses that I have. You can take the courses. The courses are completely free. It's available. It's pretty detailed course that I have, and the GitHub repo for that is also over here. But let's get up to this particular project. I'm going to the repositories tab where I have all my repositories, and the repository that I'm going to pick for this particular project is MLCV web app. So let me click on this. And you can see this is how it looks like. The cloud build.yaml file, if you remember in last video I said, is the manifest file. It contains nothing but a series of steps. So in the first step I'm telling is build the Docker image. The Docker file is there in the same folder. It will take the Docker file and build a Docker image. And then I'm telling push the Docker image into Google Cloud Platform Container Registry. The GCR.io is nothing but Google Container Registry. And finally, I'm just telling take it and deploy it on an Kubernetes platform. The Kubernetes cluster name is Project FNCube. So this is what I have over here. And you can see the Docker file is there over here. The K8 directory contains the Kubernetes manifest file, the deployment.yaml and service.yaml file. The model is nothing but a TensorFlow model, which I explained in the last video itself. You can watch it. And the image web app is a Streamlit web application to deploy the model. That's what we have over here, right? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect this to my Google Cloud Platform, right? And to the Google Cloud build. So for that, what I do is I go to Marketplace. If you click on the Marketplace, here you can basically go here and search for Google Cloud build. Okay, and this is the first one. So this Google Cloud build is over here, and I go and set up a plan. So when I click on set up a plan, it's going to ask me like there's a free tier available. So if you're using it for testing, you can just use it. Here I'm going to set up with Google Cloud build. And what it's going to do is it's going to redirect me to our Google Cloud build, and I'm going to come down. Here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and select the repository that I have. So the repository that I have is MLCV web app. MLCV web app. So I'm just going to go and click it over here so you can see it, and then I will click on save. So what I'm telling over here is basically the cloud build is connected to this particular repository. Any changes I make to this repository, it will listen and it will trigger a build, right? So I have a version 1 of the model. I can go and trigger a build. Then I create a new version of the model, or I think something I made a mistake. I want to change my deployment. I go and make a commit. It's going to trigger a new build. I can have any feature branch also, or not only the latest master branch or something like that. Any branch you can configure as well. So let me go and click on save. So once I click on save, it's going to ask to select my Google account, so which is connected to my Google Cloud Platform, and then it is going to take to my Google Cloud console. Here you can see my project is this reverse project. This is the web app. Just say done. And then it will basically come back over here. So now what I have done is I have configured the Google Cloud build and connected it to my Google Cloud account. right? I already have a Kubernetes cluster running over here, and currently if you see over here, I don't have any projects deployed or any container deployed or any service enabled, right? This I'm going to do as part of my deployment. Now if I go over here in the cloud build, this is the dashboard. Let me go and refresh the dashboard over here. So earlier there were no triggers or something like that. Now if you see, there's nothing over here in the dashboard. If I go to my triggers, right? So in the triggers, if you see over here, now what I can basically do is I can go and manage repositories over here, and you can see this repository is there, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a trigger over here, right? So this trigger, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell like MLCV web app, the same name I'm going to give over here, and then the description is fine. If you have any specific tags that you have want to listen, you can give it over here. I'm telling push to a branch. That's what I'm going to do. And then you can also invoke manually. You can do a webhook event, you can do a pub/sub message. So you can put a message in the Kafka repository or pub/sub over here, and then you can invoke the build as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a push to a branch. I'm just going to, any push to a branch, it's going to take it, right? And then I'm telling the branch is the main branch. So here I'm telling this is my repository. Okay, so now what I'm going to basically finally do is it's going to auto detect, and then the repository is this one I'm just going to create. So it will create a trigger. The trigger is ready, it's auto detected, and the trigger is ready. Now once the trigger is ready, let me go to my dashboard. You can see basically there are no builds over here. The reason is we are not done any commit to the branch. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my GitHub. I am again going to go to my just I'm just going to go to my repository that was there. So let me go to my main repository. Let's go to repository. The repository is over here. I'm just going to make some changes. You can use a command line tool to make changes or something like that. I'm just going to make some changes and commit the code so that the big trigger can get so that the build can get triggered. So I'm just going to go and edit the readme file. So I'm just for updated for deployment, I'm just going to make, instead of 2, I'm going to make it to 3 and come down and then say like commit changes. So once I do the commit changes, let me go to my dashboard and then refresh this dashboard. So what will happen once I do this commit changes, it's going to start triggering the build. If you see over here, it has started triggering the build automatically. I did not do any manual trigger. As soon as I committed my code over here, it has created this particular build over here, right? I can go and check my build history, or I can go and check my commit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the history of it, and then you can see the latest build is running over here 31 seconds back. That is MLCV web app. And then let me click over here. You can see the build summary. So if you see my if you see basically this particular cloud build.yaml file, I have 4 stages. The first stage is basically I am building a Docker file, a Docker image. The second is basically I am pushing the Docker image to the Google Cloud Container Registry. The third is I have just given some dummy shell script over here. That's the third stage. The fourth stage is basically it's going to go and deploy it on a Kubernetes cluster. And the Kubernetes cluster is already up and running. You can see the Kubernetes cluster name is project_kube. So that's what if it is going to do. If you go to build details, it's running the build. It has started the first step over here. So basically you can see over here the steps to it has started building the Docker image. It will take the Docker image, it will kind of push the Docker image to the Google Container Registry. So now the container registry is basically empty because the Docker image is not created. Once it is created, you can see it over here. So what I'm going to do is this is going to take around like 4 to 5 minutes. I'll just pause the video and come back and finally show you how it works. Yeah, so the build is complete now, and basically you can see like all the steps are successful. The first step was to build the container image. The second is the push to container image to the Google Cloud Registry. Third is just a printout that I had given say like Docker container built and the ls-la, and finally deploy this particular manifest into the Kubernetes cluster. Right now, if you go to the container registry and refresh, you can see like basically the container image is created. And if you go to Kubernetes over here, you can basically see the pod is deployed based on the deployment.yaml file, and the service is also created. Right now, if I go and basically click this particular URL, you can see the image web application that was built is coming up, and it is by default I've given an image. It's classifying the image as angular leaf spot. That means the leaf is not healthy, and you can see the leaf is infected. If I paste another image and say like enter, and you can see this image looks good, it's healthy, so it's classifying as healthy. Right. So now what we did in this video is we did a complete automated workflow where the source code is in any of your, it can be anything, it can be Bitbucket, it can be any of your repository, and I configured that particular repository to kind of invoke a cloud build trigger on any changes. And finally, the entire process, I have deployed the ML model into production. Now you can change your deployment.yaml manifest to basically do a champion challenger deployment, and that way like both the models can coexist. And you can also divert traffic 80-20%, and this way you can do a canary deployment. You can do anything up to your imagination. The rest all are basically a Kubernetes specification that you need to update. That's about it. Thank you very much.